Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you today. This is a article that I saw today on Wrestling Inc. That I thought was a very, very good article, and I think that a lot of wrestling fans out there would care about the story. A lot of the story is basically not my thoughts on the situation that'll be coming after the story. Basically, in this story, it talks about Rob Feinstein, the guy who runs RF Video, that's been around for a long time. I'm sure that everyone has seen shoot interviews conducted by RF Video, or gone there and bought DVDs throughout the time. On RF Video, basically. They sell a lot of merchandise. Basically, Rob Feinstein has access to a lot of the wrestlers. If you've watched the shoot interviews, a lot of the shoot interviews now are done in hotel rooms where he goes to wrestling shows or he goes to conventions, and he does them there. But back in the day, Rob used to do a lot of the interviews on a couch in his business. And if you go back and watch a lot of the old ECW ones, you can see ECW guys answering the phones and taking calls for Rob Feinstein. People calling in to order DVDs and helping out around the place, and it's pretty funny. I know that Feinstein, if you go to WrestleMania, you'll see him every year at WrestleCon. He goes to a lot of the conventions on the East Coast, and he has access to a lot of wrestlers, which it comes up in his defense. But basically, in this story, there is a artist who had done pictures of Hot Rod Roddy Piper the day after Piper's death at a convention. Rob Feinstein walked up to the table where the convention was, where the artist was selling his Piper pics, and basically bought all of the Roddy Piper pictures that the artist had. Now, days later, Rob Feinstein has put up a post on his Facebook page telling people that he's selling autographed prints that he had gotten. The only problem is that the person he bought them from is calling him out because of the fact that when he bought the prints, they were unautographed, and now somehow mysteriously these prints have been autographed, and he has them for sale on his Facebook page. And the transaction didn't happen until the day after Roddy Piper had died. So basically, Rob Feinstein is now being accused of selling, bootleg autographs, which, as a wrestling fan, I like to get the autographs myself. I will say that a few times I have gone out and I have bought autographs. I've bought through WWE auction before. I bought a Hulk Hogan print. I've bought the Daniel Bryan book and the Shawn Michaels book, both through Barnes and Nobles. But I have gone to highspots.com. I have gone to rfvideo.com, and I have looked at their prints of autographs. If you think about, High Spots, you think about RF Video, they're always there. High Spots is one of the, the founding, I don't know if they're a sponsor or if they're actually the people who run it, but basically you actually buy the tickets for High Spots, or buy the tickets to WrestleCon through High Spots for a lot of the things. And if you go to WrestleCon, they have a table for RF Video, where they have a lot of, this year through RF Video they had Maurice, Kelly, Tommy Dreamer. They had the best names was done through the RF Video people, and they were a good price too. I believe it was $20 a piece for the wrestlers. I thought that was a really, really good deal for a picture and autograph for the names that they had there. And of course, these people are brought there by RF Video on their own dime, and they need to pay those wrestlers transportation as well as their a place for them to stay as long as they're there. Some people don't think that they're getting gouged, but to walk into a building and the wrestler be there that you want to meet, I've always thought it's a pretty good deal. But as far as RF Video, or not, it's not even really against RF Video, because Rob Feinstein was selling him off his own Facebook page. To be accused of this is kind of wild and kind of bizarre for somebody to be trying and cashing in on the fame of Hot Rod Roddy Piper after his death. I don't know. I looked at the autographs that were in the picture on the Rob Feinstein Facebook page, and I will tell you that honestly, the autographs look to be identical to the two Hot Rod Roddy Piper's autographs that I received in person myself. He signed my encyclopedia and he signed an Unmatched Fury for me. I met him once at BTW. I met him once at SummerSlam Access. They look really, really nice. And I've read Rob Feinstein's report about his counter to being accused of this, basically being said that at the convention a fan came to him with autographed pictures and he traded them for DVDs, and then Rob Feinstein found out that the person that made the picture was there, so he went and bought more pictures from him. My only question is, as a wrestling fan, who's going to bring Roddy Piper autographed merchandise looking to trade for DVDs? That's my only hole that's in the story. I mean, but Rob Feinstein's got X-Pac, who's stepping up to the plate and defending the story, saying that he saw the whole transaction happen. What does X-Pac get out of this for being able to step up to the plate and step up for Rob Feinstein and say that the story's true? I mean, there's two sides to every story. Basically, the artist is saying that Rob Feinstein's lying. Basically, Rob Feinstein is saying that the artist doesn't have the whole story correct because he doesn't know about the guy that he traded for him. I think that as of right now, Feinstein needs the guy that he traded the things to step forward. But at that point, he could get anybody out of any room to say, yeah, I did it. And how are we going to know? How is he going to know? How's the artist going to know? Nobody's gonna know. It just puts a lot of doubt in your mind. I've honestly gone to like highspots.com. They do a lot of signings where I'm sure they print out a lot of 8x10s, and I'm sure as a part of the deal to get the wrestlers there and also to make money on their end because they're going to put these up on their website. They take the 8x10s that are left over that didn't sell. They ask the wrestler that's there to sign the 8x10s. I've been to signings before where you see them sign for everybody and take pictures, and at the end you see them bust out 100 8x10s real fast. And then that person will go back and they will sell them. Maybe you go to an independent event, they will put those on their merch table for the next foreseeable year, trying to make $20 an autograph, and that helps out the owner of the company. It helps the company itself. It helps make sure that they're going to be able to bring in a good guest next time. But I've honestly gone to High Spots and laughed where you need an 8x10 for like a signing that you're going to be going to, and you like the one that they have, and they sell their 8x10s for $8, and then you see the autographed 8x10 that's already on sale, and they might have it on sale for $5. It's like, do I buy the cheaper one and just have the picture autographed twice, once that I don't know where it came from and once that I know what it is, or do I just want to get a clean one? And to get a clean one, it's going to cost me $3 more. Or sometimes you'll see an autograph where the 8x10 is or the 8x10 to be clean is $5, and for an autographed one is like $7. So it's like the person's autograph is worth $2 to highspots.com. And there's a lot of wrestlers like Howard Finkel and I can't. It's been a while since I looked at it, but I remember the Finkel one because I laughed about that one for a while because I think his 8x10 signed was cheaper than it was to be unsigned. But it is what it is. But as a person who collects things, who likes to see things and he likes to buy them, I do like to look at our video. I do like High Spots, WWE Shop TNA. When they do put autographed merchandise up for grabs, you like to hope and believe that it's going to be true. I know that there's been like baseball cards of all kinds of sports. They send out cards for the players to sign. I remember the quarterback for Georgia, Quincy Carter. I believe that he got drafted by the Cowboys, and then he was a horrible quarterback. He ended up going to the Jets, and then I don't remember him ever being a quarterback ever again. I'm pretty sure it's Quincy Carter, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to have to ask Miguel to make sure. But I remember that he signed some cards for, I believe, the collegiate cards that come out before the NFL cards. It might have been Hit. And I remember the story coming out that he admitted that he had had random girls that were around him sign the cards. And that was a story that went around Beckett. One thing leads to another. Quincy Carter's not a star, and it doesn't really be that huge of a story because nobody's really collecting it. And I'm sure other stories have come out about other players not really signing their cards and things like that. And you like to hope that these autographs and these pieces of memorabilia that might be on the cards are 100% real, but there's always that little figure of doubt that you never know. But then, like, sometimes you're like, well, why would this company sell a fake autograph? Well, I can understand why you would be selling a Hot Rod Roddy Piper autograph if the story is 100% true, that it's not real. I understand that. He wants to make money off of the death of Roddy Piper, and that's horrible and that's sick. And it as a guy that sells merchandise through your company, it doesn't make sense as well, because then you have this big figure of doubt. The doubt is already over his company right now. This is a story that will probably be engraved in people's minds. They won't read the story. They won't read his counter. They'll never be able to know. They'll always think of our video as selling fake stuff from now on. It's already probably a huge thing of cloud over him. But if you think about it, with RF Video, I mean, he did a signing with Shawn Michaels. I believe it was early last year, and it was in Philadelphia. I mean, he's had people get things signed by Undertaker, The Rock. He's been Hulk Hogan. He's been with the biggest names that are out there. He's been able to have signings with and be in connections with. I mean, this is a guy that's been around the wrestling business for probably at least 20 years now. He knows what he's doing, and he knows people who know people who know people. And if he can pay the people a certain amount of money to do something for him, and he can sell that and make money for himself, that's what business is all about. So I don't know. There's probably more to the story to come out. But as somebody who collects things, there definitely is a cloud of doubt over our Video and Rob Feinstein right now. I think I believe him, but there, like I said, there's that little thing of doubt, because who's this random person just bringing? I mean, is he blaming the there's person X is what I'm trying to get to. This person X brought the pictures and traded Rob for DVDs, and Rob thought the pictures were real. He thought he looked at them. He thought they were real. Like I said, I looked at the picture of them. They looked real to me. They looked like the two autographs I've gotten from Roddy Piper in real life, and I thought they were authentic. He traded them for DVDs. Until we know who person X is, we're probably never going to know what really happened that day. Maybe the person X is the person who signed the autographs, knowing that he could probably go over to Rob Feinstein and trade him for DVDs, and the story would never get out, and maybe Rob would have got swindled, and he never knew, or maybe he would have made the trade, and then maybe he passed them off to somebody else, and that person would have got swindled, and Rob wouldn't even known that he swindled somebody else. So as of right now, we gotta wait a little while.